Welcome to another episode of Tales from the Dorkside. Grab a snack, kick up your feet, and prepare for Nerdvana with special guests Doombot and Ruthless Wolf. Now here's your host, the Dork Knight himself, Batbomb82.
Hey, what is up, guys? This is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and welcome to episode 3 of Tales from the Dorkside. Now, for this episode, once again, I am joined by my friends
Doombot.
and
I am Ruthless Wolf.
And today we are going to be discussing action films, some of the greatest action films, franchises, and stars of all time. I know a lot of these things have taken place in the 80s and 90s and things like that. So if you're one of the younger people, one of the younger listeners, you might not know exactly what we're talking about, but we encourage you guys to really check all the things that we'll be discussing tonight. So what I'm actually going to start off with, it was one of my all-time favorite films / franchises / video games / comic books / action figure collections is the Predator films. Now, the original Predator film starred the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger, probably arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, action star of all time, especially in his prime of, the era of Conan, things like that. But Predator was just a mind-blowing film at the time, and to be honest, it's still a really amazing franchise, especially if you read comic books and whatnot. So I'm actually going to take it to Ruthless Wolf first. Why don't you let me know what you love, because I know you're a huge fan of the Predator, Predator universe. I know you're really into that whole franchise and just everything about it. So why don't you tell me first of all, what was your favorite Predator movie? And then what are some of your favorite aspects about the Predator franchise?
Oh, it's undoubtedly the first one. And just the way... there was no other film like it. They have this hunter that's from outer space with awesome weapons, and he can cloak, and he can just literally take you out. And you have this elite team of commandos, and they don't even know what the fuck. They're
like Black Ops, like sealmen, like they just drop them into the jungle. And the thing is, like, what was really cool about that movie is they didn't even know what they were getting into.
Right, it was all. By the time they figured out what was going on, they needed to survive. And
yeah.
They're trying to survive against this big old alien that can move like Spider-Man.
Oh, man. Did you actually see it back in the day, like around the time it came out, or were you introduced to it like later in life?
I was introduced by it by my father. He had a copy of the movie on
VHS?
Yeah.
Okay, for those of you kids who do not know what VHS means, it's really old Netflix. Like, really, really old. It's a hard-cased object shaped like a brick.
You actually had to go out and get the movie and then bring it back home.
Yeah, and if you rented it from this thing called Blockbuster, you actually had to rewind it, or they'd fine you like $2. So yeah, it's a little.
It was like a library of movies.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Doomball? What did you like about the Predator franchise?
Well, definitely what's most memorable is the fact that it was the very first R-rated film I ever seen as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, and even more trippy for the young folks out there. The first time I saw it was at a neighbor's house who invited me after school, and he popped it on his Betamax.
Nice.
Oh yeah. For those who don't know, that's like an even more retro version of VHS.
That's even before VHS, yeah.
So that was the first time, again, seeing an R-rated film. Again, Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of the best, if not the best, action stars of all times, especially in the 80s. Seeing this crazy-looking, for its time, graphically at least, the most amazing sci-fi kind of jungle-esque Contra. Again, if you don't know what that is, look it up.
Yes.
Film of all time that I was just like mesmerized by. It had everything. It had the action. It had the science, the sci-fi, alien with all the crazy technology, and just some of the most memorable lines.
Oh my God.
From actors
Yeah.
that I mean.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Want some candy? Like, dude.
That's part two.
I don't get more about the franchise, period.
The most famous one is "Get to the chopper."
Get to the chopper. Oh my god! You know what's funny? I will say this: some of my, because you guys know I work at a school. A lot of my kids do know that line,
Nice.
and they
You don't know where it's coming from.
I don't think they do, but they know like the Arnold Schwarzenegger gets to the chopper and it's gonna go blow down or something like that. Like, oh my god!
Oh, yeah.
So they got to know Arnold.
And I have to admit, I can't think of any other movie other than The Expendables that recently did it in the last few years. But I think that was the only film for the longest time that had one scene for like a span of maybe 2 minutes of nonstop gunfire.
Yeah,
into the jungle
dude.
that literally tore
Yes.
down like half the forest.
And they're all big guns. None of that sissy
that was
crap.
and that was the first time I think for most, at least for me, I saw a railgun. A
Yeah,
mini portable
dude.
railgun that Jesse Ventura was manhunting. that
Oh
thing.
yes, Jesse the Body Ventura, one of the greatest wrestlers ever, and one a former governor of what state was it?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yep. Oh man, I forgot he was even in that movie.
Telling you.
To be honest.
Telling you.
Oh my god! And then Paulo was in that
Right.
from the Rocky films.
Yeah,
he was in that. Dude, that
He was Action Jackson.
Action Jackson. Yup. Oh my god,
You know
dude.
that movie? Look it up.
Yeah. Oh my.
Good action movie. Too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, let's discuss the look of the Predator. Taking a Ruthless Wolf here. What do you like about the aesthetics about the Predator? And what do you like about other Predator films that have come out?
I love the mask, and I love every movie that comes out. They'll do like a casual change on it or extreme change, and I love the way there's not a single Predator mask that is not disappointing.
Yeah. Well, do you have a favorite Predator like that out there, like the City Hunter or the Berserker or anything like that, or do you have a favorite one?
Yeah, the one from Aliens, the first Aliens versus Predator. I like the
Yeah.
surviving Predators. One of the main Predators that survived in the end.
Yeah,
I like his mask.
wasn't his like more smoother compared to the other ones?
Yeah, it's kind of like the first Predator from 1987.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a simple formula that they went with from day one, and they follow on with every series. It's very minimalistic in the sense that it's just a few pieces of armor, and then he's just bare skin. You know, with some
Yes.
with some weird netting, of course.
He has
but-
this weird fishnet
yeah,
thing going.
but
That's kind
otherwise,
of
it's just very basic armor, like
Yeah.
literally like as basic of a war you can on Earth, but with obviously
Yeah.
some outer space kind of deal.
yeah. You really think about it. He only has like chest armor, gauntlets, shin guards, and like a crotch guard.
Yeah.
His codpiece.
Yeah, his cod. Yeah, and then a helmet that he takes off when he wants to get serious. Like
Yeah.
that's really it.
I mean, and I think it was also my first introduction to the technology that obviously somewhat existed to some extent, and has only improved since. Was like the thermal vision.
Oh yeah,
you
that
know,
heat vision.
and,
Yeah.
all that crazy stuff. I mean, that was really gnarly to see on the screen.
Oh, even like his cloaking, how he would like go invisible and then like he just like blend in with the background. Like all that stuff was scary as crap when you were like
Yeah.
younger. You know what I mean? You're like,
Oh, yeah.
oh my god, he's almost like the boogeyman of the woods for part one. You know what I mean? It was gnarly. And what I liked about part two is when that whole scene when that weird like voodoo priest dude tried to fight the Predator.
Oh,
You remember that? And he
with
pulled out
his
his cane sword.
cane sword, yeah.
and he just got like dominated. You just see his head being carried by the Predator, and you see him attached to the spinal cord. Like, tell me that Mortal Kombat didn't get that from that.
Well, I think what freaked me out most of part two was that it really took it to another level as far as what it was hunting for.
Yeah,
When it kidnapped or ripped out the baby out of the lady.
yeah,
No,
dude.
he didn't do that.
He
He
didn't-
he grabbed her and
Oh.
scanned her,
uh,
and he realized there was a fetus in there, so he just left her. But she was still alive in that movie.
but didn't he take out the baby's
No,
skull or no?
No, what he did is got her partner,
Uh-huh.
and he took his head off with the spinal cord.
Is that what it was?
That's awesome.
Okay. I thought it was the baby.
That's
No,
so
I was
awesome.
That's what I
like-
thought too. but
I was
no.
like, damn, man. He like ripped up the baby and took out to clean up the
No,
polish
no.
the skull and everything.
Wow.
So, yeah, awesome series.
Yeah. So did you guys like the Aliens vs Predator films at all?
Not part two.
No, part two.
Part two was just didn't this seem like a teenage slasher film more than anything?
Yeah, it felt like a TV show.
It was whack.
like a
dude.
really bad TV show.
Did you guys like Predators?
Yes.
The one with this guy right here. What's his name? he was.
Oh,
What
God.
was his name? Toby Maguire? Not Toby Maguire. No. Anyways, the guy from that '70s show.
Yeah, no, I mean he was good. The whole film overall was okay. It was
Yeah.
brought a new concept to it. They definitely could expand on it, and hopefully they will. But
Yeah.
Well, they're making a sequel, and the guy that's making the sequel was one of the commandos from the first Predator movie.
Apollo's
Really?
is it
Nice.
Is it Apollo? He's the
No,
only survivor.
He's the guy with the glasses. He's
He got killed. He got strung
No,
up.
you know what we're talking about? The director. He's directing the film.
yeah, he's gonna make-
No, not gonna star in the movie.
I was like, he
he's the guy that
survived
tells the
being
jokes, and no
Got-
one like laughs at
Yeah.
him.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Right on. All right, guys. So let's get keeping the theme with Arnold Schwarzenegger films now. Since we're already there, he's the main star for the Predator. Well, the original Predator, I should say. Let's talk about Terminator. Terminator was. I know the first one was. I remember seeing that movie as a little kid and almost peeing my pants when the Predator was just coming at the girl and whatnot, and it was really crazy seeing like that metal skeleton thing just coming at you was just really evil and hardcore, and I freaking loved it. But and I'll say this, I think you guys will agree with me. Terminator 2 is one of the few sequels that's way better than the first one, right?
I totally agree on that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what was it, Judgment Day? That's what it's called, right? Judgment Day. Was just that's one of my greatest action films. Period. That's in my top 10. So let's go to Doombot here. What did you think about the Terminator franchise, and what do you think about Judgment Day?
Well, I'll be honest and say that I never saw the first one right off the bat. I started off with part 2.
Okay.
And then I kind of backtracked a little bit and saw the first one. Regardless, it was a great series. I mean, it was the first time, again, for me, seeing a cyborg-like creature, being Arnold and everything. I mean, the first film, obviously, he was the bad guy, so there wasn't a whole lot of dialogue, but some of the most famous lines come there, like, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Came from that first film. But then obviously the second one, we just really got more great cheesy lines from Arnold. Definitely, Guns N' Roses were damn a hit.
Don't you think it's that's where the whole like Arnold Schwarzenegger mockery started from? Like all those one-liners from Judgment Day, like get to the chopper and things like that. Don't you think that all kind of started with Judgment Day? Just carried on to his other films.
I don't know if it was the start, but it definitely got more attention.
Yeah.
I think what really started it all off was, besides that movie, Kindergarten Cop, man.
Oh.
Okay, we can go on that another day and topic. But Kindergarten Cop, I think,
was that before
off.
Judgment Day?
Yes,
I think it was, huh?
Yes, it was.
Because Judgment Day was in the 90s, huh?
91, yeah.
Yeah, and then Kindergarten Cop was in the late 80s, right? I
No,
think.
you know what? I
Was
think
it?
Kindergarten Cop was after.
Wasn't
It
it?
has to be.
Well,
That's what I thought, too.
Well, I think the first Terminator came out at what was it, 90?
89.
89.
Or 84, I'm sorry.
84?
Yeah, it's an old movie.
Okay, so Kindergarten Cop came out in 92, and I think Terminator 2 came out when?
91.
Came out in 91? Okay, so it did come after.
Yeah.
Well, then I take that back. Then Kindergarten Cop just gave it more attention.
Yeah, because
That was so
I
cheesy.
think they recognized the attention that was getting,
Yeah.
and then totally like let's just go with it.
I mean, some of those funniest lines
You know what I
come from
mean?
Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, dude.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, to go back on Terminator, I mean, awesome film altogether. It definitely was one of those movies that, at least during that time, was the first kind of mind fucks. for me,
Yeah.
as far as thinking, oh God, what's the future going to look like
Right.
in 1999? And then obviously down the road we were talking about Y2K. Look it up, people, if you don't know what that is. Yeah, but definitely set the standard as to like what a cyborg film should be.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I'll share with you guys a little story. When I was a kid, I remember everybody thinking that movie was pretty dark, because of the whole future, kind of like the world ending and whatnot.
It was that and the soundtrack behind it.
Yeah,
It's very
ominous,
Yeah.
yet like military type. Like it was weird. But I remember literally in this room we're in right now. I was watching it with like one of my cousins or two of my cousins, and then like one of my old pastors from my church from like this is years ago. And I remember the one thing I remember him saying is like, "That's exactly what it's going to be like when the world ends." And he was like serious. He was like, "It's exactly how it's going to be." And I remember I remember to this day because I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, he's kind of scaring the crap out of me right now. You know what I mean?
I know he's a pastor.
Yeah,
He can't lie.
yeah. No, he's not. He hears things from the Lord. He's not going to BS us right now. You know what I mean? So ever since like that time, because I had seen it like numerous times before then, but at that moment when I saw it with my pastor, I just took it so much more serious, and I looked at it at a completely different level than when I did before. You know what I mean? So yeah, that movie's still kind of
And then
scary if you
that's
think
when
about it.
started collecting your knives and your crossbows.
Yeah, man.
just
Oh,
in
that's
case.
where it all came from, and now I'm a doomsday prepper. All right, what about take it to Wolf's Wolf here? What about? Do you like any of the other Terminator franchises or movies? Excuse me, at all? Like I know they had the T3 with the Terminatrix,
No.
or the Nemesis, and do you like any of those ones? The one with like Christian Bale and whatnot.
The one with Christian Bale, I know you're gonna hate me for it, but I actually kind of like that one.
I like that one too.
I agree.
Yeah,
It had a lot of potential, and they
You know, and,
I think the only thing that kind of ruined that movie for me, honestly, was the CGI Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was like kind of lame to me.
oh, where he's fighting.
Yeah, he fights a
younger
naked Arnold
version.
Schwarzenegger. Like it's all CGI, you know.
Yeah, I would say besides two, that probably be the only one that I did like. T3 was a mess, and then this latest one was a Legacy.
Genesis.
Genesis, excuse me. Good God, I don't
I haven't
know.
yet to see the
I
newest
did
one.
like the concept of the villain, where he can. He's basically like morph. He can like, morph himself.
Mhm.
So,
Would you guys like? We'll take it ruthless here. What did you like about the T1000 in Judgment Day, the liquid metal
oh, I think it was cool looking. There was nothing like it.
at the time, right?
At the time,
Even
yeah.
the CGI was like mind blowing. You know what's funny is I was watching it fairly recently, maybe like a month ago, and the graphics to that still hold up
Right.
pretty damn good.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Because it's remastered. Like,
Yeah.
I think one of those that movie alone was remastered like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, but it was so good, man. I love that movie. But yeah, I think it's all fair to say we all think Judgment Day was the best one in that entire franchise, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right on. So let's see here. Let's talk about let's talk about a more of a low profile film that still belongs to Arnold Schwarzenegger though. Commando. Commando. Okay, so I remember you, Doombah, you brought up Contra
Yes.
a little for a moment there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Contra basically just Rambo and Commando in one game? Isn't it just basically Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah, I
mean-
mean, for the most part, I mean,
That's kind of, that's basically what it
Well,
is.
I mean, Commando wasn't really in the jungle. It was just
Well, I'm talking about just the characters,
a character alone.
because you get the one guy with the long black hair, which is Rambo, and then you get the other guy with like a blonde flat top.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you're just saying they were based.
Yeah, the character, not the actual like storyline for Contra, but
Well, when did Contra come out? I mean,
I don't remember. I really don't. But anyways, Commando. I to this day, I think they have recently. I think NECA came out with a Commando figure that I really need to get. But Commando is when what was the girl in the Commando? You remember
his little daughter.
his daughter? Yeah,
That's
Alyssa Milano.
Alyssa Milano, dude.
she was a cutie back then, she's still a cutie today.
I've had a crush on her since was it Who's the Boss? Like, come on.
Well, I mean,
Alyssa Milano to this day, dude. If you guys watched Charmed back in the day,
yes. I mean, when you talk about Commando, I mean, again, for those out there, especially that were born after 1990, dear Lord, if you want the most cheesiest of cheeses action films with like probably the best action star to start on top of it, I mean, this is a film you got to watch. It had the most ridiculous type of like realism when it comes to physics.
Are you talking about the gardening? Because I think he went out with some gardening tools and killed somebody.
yes, in the beginning, right?
No,
When they're infiltrating.
No, at the end.
At the end, when he was infiltrating the
Oh,
base,
and
he goes into the
that's
shed,
right.
And he
That's
grabbed
right.
some saw blades or
Right.
something, and just chucked them like ninja stars.
Awesome.
But that wasn't even it. The best was like this guy's surrounded by literally at one point by 50 guys rushing him, bum rushing him, all carrying rifles and semi-automatic machine guns.
He doesn't even get hit.
Never gets hit, and homeboy is like kneeling down, one arm stretched out, and then just spraying his machine gun and hitting every single guy.
He one-handed
People
that.
Yeah, and every guy getting hit is either doing like acrobats, flips.
Yeah,
back
dude,
and
they're doing
forth.
backflips.
That's the beauty of action films like that.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris did it, and
But he
Yeah.
took it to the next level, and when I mean next level, he threw a grenade into a building. Okay, should have only took it out a wall at the most.
Yeah.
It blew up the whole building.
Yeah, that was
It was a
great.
grenade.
That was a C4 grenade.
I guess so. It was a mini nuke.
But like Ruthless Wolf is saying here is that like that's kind of the beauty of like, especially that era of action film where it's kind of like ridiculous and it makes almost no sense that it's that much more awesome. You know what I mean? Have you guys seen? There's a little like one of those short movies on Netflix. Was it Fists of Fury? Fist of Fury? Fate of Fury? You guys ever seen that yet?
Which film again?
I think it's called Fist of Fury or some Final Fury, something like that. No, it's a throwback to like basically 80s action movies.
Oh yes, and he's fighting a
Kung Fu Fury.
Kung Fury.
Kung Fury. There we go.
Kung Fury,
He fights the Kung Fu Hitler.
Yeah.
Like that's like that, and that movie makes fun of all these action films, but it's like accurate. You know, because
Right.
just a bunch of wild stuff that goes on, where you have to like expand your disbelief a bit with like you said, like the guys are doing double backflips when they get blown up or shot. You know what I mean? Like it's so stupid, but like it's so funny to see, and it's so awesome that makes you love it even more.
You watching Kung Fury if you haven't heard of it?
Yeah,
go watch it. It's good.
I showed introduced it to one of my friends at work. He hated it.
What?
Hated it. He's like, "This is stupid. Why is Thor in there? And why is there was it a rhino cop or something?" Like
it's making fun of itself.
Like I got it. You know what I mean?
It's humor.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be serious. I mean, he's fighting Kung Fu Hitler.
And granted, all these movies that we're going to talk about is nothing. It's not Shakespearean. You're not going to get something out of it like that. You're going to get entertainment out of it.
Yeah, it's mostly just mindless like explosions, badass fight scenes, dudes getting chicks and things like that. And it's total man movies, and I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but I freaking love all that stuff, dude. You know what I mean? So,
well, I mean, if you think about it, the Expendables, basically really kind of was paying homage to that by bringing that style again.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
In a new format, that obviously everyone likes because it got pretty popular.
Yeah, so with that, now let's go into that film, or that franchise, as to say, The Expendables. I could not even name you all the stars that are in that franchise. It's because you have it on Google, you bastard. You cheating bastard. But this is basically Sylvester Stallone taking the helm as co-writer, director, producer,
actor,
star. Alongside some of the greatest action stars of all time. We got Jason Statham, Dolph Lundgren, Chuck Norris was in there. Jet Li was one of my favorite martial arts stars.
Van Damme's
Van Damme, he plays the villain in, was it part 2?
Part 2, yeah.
Yeah, dude, like there's who's the other one? The motorcycle guy from part 1. I think he died though. He was in Sin City as Marv. He's a wrestler. What's his name? Mickey Rourke. Yeah, dude, he was in there too. He was my favorite character from part 1, but they didn't bring him back for part 2. It's really sucked.
Well, because they had Bruce Willis, they changed
it. But see, then Bruce Willis was in there. Man, dude, that franchise was just insane. What are they up to? 3 or 4?
Up to 3.
3? I don't think I've seen part 3. What did you guys like about the Expendables franchise?
Man, just to have all those iconic stars all in one.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they should have done that years ago.
Yeah, in their prime.
Semi-prime.
Yeah, I know what you mean. 20 years ago.
Yeah, not when they're freaking old, but I kind of get what they're...
Yeah.
What Sylvester Stallone's going to be shooting for the title.
Yeah, because like you look at guys like Stallone, where he's like the experienced vet. You know what I mean? And you look at a guy like Jason Statham, he's more kind of somewhat of a young gun compared to Stallone, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess, but I kind of didn't get that feel. I got that feel when Thor's brother came on part 2.
Thor's brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killed.
Yeah. Oh my god. What about you, Doombot? What would you like about those films at all? Let me ask you this first. Who was your favorite character like that? What was your favorite actor like that made an appearance in those films?
I mean, it always reminds me of my childhood, but Van Damme literally was like it made the whole series for me more enjoyable to watch because up to that point it was just, again, kind of like what Ruthless was saying. It felt like it was 20 years too late.
Yeah,
all these key badass action stars of the 80s and the early 90s, and then you bring these out, out in the,
especially for like Chuck Norris. You know what I mean? Because how old is Chuck Norris? Like 80?
60-something, bro. I mean, 70-something.
I think he's in his 70s.
But damn, the man doesn't age. He ages very
that's
well.
Movie makeup.
And it's still fucking Chuck Norris.
Yeah, but like, didn't he just wasn't his first appearance just him sniping people? Wasn't that his first intro into the thing?
No,
right?
It was,
didn't he snipe someone from far away?
He was sniping with a machine gun. I mean,
it was something like that. That was his introduction to the franchise.
Yeah, it was like nonstop bullets going back and forth. He was nailing every single guy he was landing with.
Yeah,
and then it was like, just carrying with a regular rifle.
Yeah, because then didn't they almost talk about him like he was a ghost? he was
they made a
like he was
a joke.
like he was
yeah,
the Chuck Norris joke. He was kind of like a myth. You know what I mean? Like that was so
Yeah,
awesome.
like, is it true that a cobra bit you and the cobra died a couple days later?
Oh my god!
It was
Oh
the best,
my
man.
god,
I mean,
dude!
Yeah, again, overall the series was enjoyable after the fact. Third one wasn't as great. I think they could have done more. I was
Yeah.
really hoping that they were shooting for Seagal to come up on the third one, but I guess they were having conflicts with contracts.
Yeah,
Is there still a little bit left of momentum for this franchise? I think so. I think they can still squeeze a couple more action stars. that I
yeah,
can
at
think
least
of.
one movie for sure.
I see just one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one more, but with the leftover action stars they couldn't get, like Seagal. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that.
Oh, freaking.
What about Jackie Chan?
The dude from.
You could get Jackie Chan.
Yeah, like
definitely.
Jackie Chan could totally be up in there. I think he could still kind of go.
Gerald Butler. I would love to see him in there.
What about like Michael Jai White?
Oh,
Do you think he could be in there too? Spawn,
Spawn,
I think he'd be
yeah.
badass in there too, and he's
Yeah.
that dude's still young, cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's ripped. But
So-
yeah, I think it still has a little bit left, but only one more film I can think of. That's about it. But again, a concept overall that is 20 years too late, but it still gives you a little bit of a thrill, and overall you get your kicks out of it, I guess.
Yeah. All right, cool. So carrying on with what you're talking about, Van Damme. Let's talk about some Van Damme movies, man. Like this is our boy right here. You know what I mean? This is one of the. This is again one of the I say top 5 for sure. Greatest action stars of all time, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like, how do you describe that dude? You know what I mean? Like, he's a total white boy. Like, he's from like he's Turkish or what? I don't know what he is.
He's a muscles from Brussels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start off with his film Kickboxer.
Oh.
Now, Kickboxer. I don't know if you guys ever play Street Fighter. Talking to the listeners here, the characters like Sagat. You know what I mean? Just that
The Kina Muay Thai.
in the Muay Thai type of fighting with the wrist wraps. That's the kind of he was probably based on those movies, if anything. Probably based on Tom Poe, for all we know. But let's take it to Doombot here. What did you like about the Kickboxer film?
I mean, it was a follow-up to his successful film, Bloodsport, which hopefully we'll get to talk here about it soon.
That'll be next.
Yeah, I mean, what could you say about it? It was following up from a great film like that. Again, still a martial arts film because it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. Everything about it was cool. It was the first introduction to kickboxing for myself.
Yeah, same.
And not only just regular kickboxing, like traditional in the ring, but it was like kind of like, I don't know if you want to call it underground kickboxing. First time you seen guys dip their gloves into
The glass.
the broken glass,
Yeah, dude.
and just going all out, balls to the wall. I mean, it was awesome.
You know what's cool? I actually did like that because the movie starts off about his brother,
Right.
and he's like a tournament fighter and a kickboxer. You know what I mean? So you see that.
He's a kickboxing champ.
Yeah, then he gets his
US.
ass kicked.
And he
Yeah,
gets his ass
by
kicked
an
in
Asian. Yeah. So like we see those aspects of like actual tournament fighting kickboxers, and then they take it to like where kickboxing started in the temples. You know what I mean? All that deep Muay Thai stuff.
He gets wrecked.
Oh my god, dude! This is one of those movies you guys have to see. It's just, it's so. And then okay, hold on. Let's talk about something real quick from that movie. The scene where he gets loaded. You remember that scene?
Oh, and
he's drunk.
His sensei gets him loaded, and then starts a fight with some of the other guys in the bar. Like, oh, come on! Like, and then he just looks stupid. He's doing the
His
the
dance moves
clap
are
dancing.
kicking their
Such
ass.
a white boy dance, like, with the snaps.
I think
You know
he
what I
does
mean?
Splits too. It's
Yeah, he does. Yeah, like that scene is classic, dude. Like it's so dumb, and because let's be honest, Van Damme isn't exactly a Shakespearean actor. You know what I mean? Like so just to see that kind of scene in that was just like 10 times more epic to me. So I absolutely loved it. Ruthless Wolf, what did you like about that film?
I love the story.
Yeah.
He goes in there and he sees his brother die,
Yeah,
and out of nowhere he gets help from this black guy, and he's like, you know what? I feel sorry for you. I'll take you to someone who knows
Real Muay Thai.
real Muay Thai, and he meets a sensei. He's
Yeah.
kind of like Yoda,
true
Sarcastic,
story. Yeah.
and that dude is awesome.
Yeah.
And then the whole
He was such a cool
montage
sensei. Yeah, he was a cool sensei.
I love the montage of him training.
Yeah.
Every Van Damme movie has
Kind of
that.
has that a bit,
Mhm.
yeah. Did you guys ever see any of the sequels? I heard there's like 6 sequels or something like crap like that. A
I've seen
lot.
it. It's
I think I've seen up to 3. You know what I mean? They're kind of
they're not
dumb.
too good.
Yeah, they're all.
No.
Y'all, you guys don't got to waste your time with the other 8 films in the franchise or whatever it is.
Well, wasn't it that guy from that ABC kid from TGIF?
Yeah,
Step by
yeah.
Step by step
He's
guy.
Cody.
Yeah.
Cody was playing his character or somebody.
Who actually is like a 8th degree black belt
Right.
in real life?
Oh wow! Well, after making so many films, I hope he was.
Yeah, no, he really was. Yeah.
But on Kickboxer, they're making a sequel this year. It's called Kickboxer Vengeance with
Van Damme.
Van Damme and Batista as Tong Po.
Get the
Oh, okay. All right.
Really?
That might be interesting.
But Van Damme is not the main guy.
Oh yeah, I would think.
He's the sensei.
I would say he has to be
Yeah.
sensei. Yeah, he's all. Yeah, okay. But dude, that's awesome though. And I like Batista for all you WWE fans out there. And he's what is he like? He's Filipino mix, I think, too, something like that. So he's got some Asian in him. You know what I
A
mean?
little bit.
He looks pretty bad in the trailer.
Yeah, I could totally see that. So that's pretty cool. All right, so moving on to more Van Damme movies. Let's talk about, I think, probably the best Van Damme film of all time, Bloodsport.
Oh yeah.
Bloodsport is actually based on a real guy. Who was it? Frank Dukes. Frank Dukes. Yeah. So that's another one of those one-liners you hear in movies. But yeah, it's actually based on a real guy named Frank Dukes who actually went to the Kumite, which is a tournament in, was it Tokyo? Or was it China, right?
China.
Was it Hong Kong then?
Hong Kong.
Something like that? Yeah.
It was underground.
Yeah, it's
Legit
an underground street fight, like Fight Club type of thing, where people are betting on actual fighters and people getting killed in the ring. And oh man, Bloodsport is that's one of my favorite action films of all time. You know what I mean? And I think we could all agree the best Van Damme film ever. You know what I mean? Doombot, let's take it to you. What do you like about the movie Bloodsport?
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we'll talk about this other film down the road. But if I have to say, there was 3 films in my childhood that I probably rented like religiously.
Yeah.
I saw so much. Bloodsport is number 2.
Yeah.
And it's damn close to number 1, but it was number 2. And the only one that could beat that was, and hopefully we'll talk about it later, that was Big Trouble in Little China. That was the most rented movie that I saw as a kid. But it was my first introduction to Jean-Claude Van Damme. The first introduction to that cheesy but yet inspiring training montage. Seeing a guy literally do the splits and then come back. And then not to mention, it was really an introduction to all martial arts. You got to see a variety of martial arts, like Kung Fu, Taekwondo, monkey, Brazilian.
It was your first visual to what Street Fighter could be in the movie.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, because they had that Dalzim guy in there and whatnot. And
I've always been a sucker, even up to this day, for movies of this, action films of this sort that have like this really cool, inspiring music or soundtrack.
Dude, the Kumite theme song.
Right? I mean,
Kumite,
that was cool.
Kumite.
And Kickboxer just took it to another level with that. But I mean, but I felt like he really kind of started that, and it was just. I think a lot of other films down the road just continued that and made it just what it is now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, take it to Ruthless Wolf here. What did you like about some of the supporting cast? So we have characters like Tom Poe, which is to this day one of the most jacked Asian dudes, like Asian villains in all of films. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then what's his name from the Revenge of the Nerds?
Oh, fucking.
You know what I'm
Ogre?
saying? Yeah, Ogre. There you go. Yeah. He was. What did you think about those 2 guys?
Oh man, they were awesome. I mean, they were colorful characters. You know?
Yeah.
That one line where he kills or he breaks Ray Jackson's face.
With his head, the brick.
No, well, Chun-Li is the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
And he beats.
Destroys
Ray Jackson.
him because he thinks he's all badass.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you, man. Yeah.
You are next.
You are next. Oh my god, I couldn't even say the T.
He doesn't have to, sir.
You are next.
You break my record. Now I break you. I break your friend.
Oh my god. You know what's cool? You know one thing what I did like about that movie? When him and Frank Dukes meet each other, they play the arcade game.
Oh,
that was it not Kung Fu, but it was like I think it was karate. Was it karate? Yeah, dude, they're playing the old school NES karate game on like an arcade box. You know what I mean? Like that was the shit.
Oh my goodness!
And he's like, "Oh, you want some real fighting? You know, come to the Kumite or see me fight at the Kumite." or something. But like Frank Dukes totally whoops his ass on that video game, like playing it for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was dope.
There's a lot of like memorable scenes. In that.
Yeah.
Like where he takes the coin off that guy's hand.
Oh
And
yeah.
gets the girl.
And don't forget the most famous move, the dim mak. All right, and for those who don't remember or don't know, okay, this fool, I kid you not, had a stack of bricks, about what, 7 bricks high.
Yeah.
And the trick of the dim mak move, in order to, I guess at the scene, he had to prove that he was taught by his sensei,
Tanaka.
the
You are not
Tanaka.
Tanaka.
Right. In order to prove that he was a Tanaka student, he had to perform the dim mak. And again, the dim mak is you had a stack of bricks in front of you, and somehow control the force of your punch that lands on the top brick to only shatter the bottom brick.
It skips like 7 bricks and only breaks the bottom brick. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was badass. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, they call it out too, like the bottom one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He made it difficult. Yeah, you got to break the bottom brick. It's
Oh my
like,
God.
all right.
And then you have Ogre. What the hell is a dim mac? Oh my
death touch.
God, dude. That movie was just like, it's such a beautiful movie. I could totally watch that again tonight and just like totally enjoy it. I really liked all the, like you said, just the different, how we said the different fighters.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you get to see all the different like martial arts like from around the world. Like you see that little was it like monkey style, whatever, that dude jumping around, rolling around, and things like
This is
that.
before UFC, so this is what we
Yeah,
had.
dude.
Yes,
This is
yes.
real like well, the movie's called Bloodsport. You know what I mean? So, and people die in that ring. You know what I mean? They'll fight to the death
I'm
sometimes.
going to be
And
bold enough to say that, this movie may have inspired the creators of the original UFC.
you know, dude, I
just
would not
saying.
put it past it.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
I would not put it past it. And what's really cool is that like we said, this is all based on an actual guy and his experience. The Kumite is actually a real thing out there in China, and he went on to win the tournament. Spoiler alert, but then he created his own martial art, which is called Duke's Ryu. And then he literally to this day, I think he's still alive. I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
Yeah.
The real guy, and has all these schools around the country, or probably around the world, for all I know, of these Duke's Ryu courses and whatnot. So you could technically go out there and learn his martial arts style if you really wanted to. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, you guys think that's, like I said, easily the best Jean-Claude Van Damme film, right?
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree too.
Did you guys like his other movies like Cyborg and Double Impact and things like that? Do you guys like any of those films?
Yeah, Double Impact, for sure. That was a classic. I'm still trying to figure out to this day because I never looked into it. But was that a stunt double or was that?
It was. They had a stunt double and him.
Okay,
and
now-
you could tell.
Now, just out of curiosity, and I always assumed, but was the wrestler Van Damme, or what's his name, the guy that looks like Van Damme in wrestling, ECW?
Oh, no, that's
Rob
not-
Van Damme.
Rob
That-
Van Damme?
Yeah, it wasn't him,
That
right?
wasn't him.
Okay. I
No, he was way too young.
again, never looked into it. Should have been. God, we should know the answer by
I
now.
know.
But I just always thought,
Even though
okay,
he does kind of ironically.
it does a
look like
little
him,
bit ish,
yeah.
but
He's a stoner version of
If
Jean-Claude.
you really watch it, you can see the green screen when they're both together side by side.
Yeah.
You can
you
tell.
can tell. Oh, okay.
Especially
But-
like when his back's to the camera, you know what I mean? You can
Well,
tell
yeah.
it's a double and things like that.
Cyborg really was like the last film I really followed. After that, everything else was straight to DVD for me.
Yeah.
But besides Double Impact, is it Lionheart?
Oh, that was awesome.
What about what was the one?
Death Warrant? No, not Death
Future Soldier. What's it called?
Oh,
Time Cop.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Universal.
Universal
Soldier.
Soldier.
Dolph
Dolph Lundgren was in
Yes,
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
dude.
was good.
That franchise was pretty underrated.
Yeah.
I think it really
yeah.
was, because I think all those movies, like, yeah, they weren't
Well-
great, but they were a lot better
Yeah.
than I think people give them credit for. You know what I mean? So I think Cyborg is definitely, that's one of my favorite Van Damme movies too. I'm really attached to that movie for some reason, because it was kind of like post-apocalyptic, kind of creepy, like just
Everyone looks like they're dressed in the 80s, of course, you know.
It was cyberpunk.
yeah,
Cyberpunk,
cyberpunk, yeah, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. So I don't know, I love those things, but
But he had a lot of classics. He had Death Warrant. He
Death
had,
Warrant,
freaking The Quest.
God,
Okay.
oh God,
And there's a lot of controversy with that film because the guy Frank Dukes from Bloodsport actually sued Van Damme over The Quest.
I thought it was for the Bloodsport because
No, because he originally, Frank Dukes was I guess somehow kind of involved in the whole project with Bloodsport, but I guess there was a lot of controversy after the film was made because I guess there were reports saying that apparently he never really was part of the Kumite, and he just fabricated this whole story that he was part of the Kumite. So that was all the controversy, and then obviously down the road, Van Damme made The Quest, which, if you think about it, it's pretty much almost like Bloodsport, just through a different story,
different era,
different era, yeah. But it was pretty much Bloodsport. Still very memorable characters too. I'll always remember for some reason the very greasy turkey guy.
Oh God!
Yeah, I don't know why. This big mustard, big schnoz turkey.
He reminds me of one of the boxers from Punch Out.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Ball Bull.
With hair though. But yeah, I mean.
Oh my God.
Anyhow, so.
Did you like the video we sent you? Those videos.
Oh, I love it.
The Punch Out one was awesome. The Rocky.
I like both of them.
Yeah, they were both so good. All right, let's move on to let's do something a little more modern. For some of you younger kids who would know these things, let's actually talk about the Fast and the Furious franchise. Now, this is kind of like our main introduction to, I think it is Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is now he's a pretty big action star. Nothing iconic like Schwarzenegger or anything like that, but he's a pretty iconic guy for this day, this era and whatnot. I know he was in I think Pitch Black came out way before that, right?
Yeah, that's what made him.
that was his as an actor.
As an actor.
Yeah, but I think Fast and the Furious is what made him a star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
His introduction was Pitch Black.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think the Fast and the Furious is what made him more of a big time. Okay, this guy's to be taken serious in films. He could be a lead now. Things like that. And then we got characters like The Rock. The Rock came out later in the franchise. Paul Walker, who passed away, rest in peace. And then just all these other characters that were in there. Like, what was his Vin Diesel's girlfriend's name? The actress, you remember?
Shit. Man.
Michelle Rodriguez?
Michelle Rodriguez, yeah, dude. Oh, God, I love her. So, let's take it to Doombot here first. What did you like? Well, do you have a favorite Fast and the Furious movie? And if so, what I feel like you're going to say Tokyo Drift.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, but Vin Diesel's only in it for the last 5 seconds. But anyways,
best 5 seconds.
Yeah, best 5 seconds of the damn movie. And then, what do you like about the franchise in its entirety?
All right, so first off, I was actually kind of introduced to it a little bit late. I only got into it when Tokyo Drift actually came out. But
Nailed it.
I did end up watching every one of them.
Right.
Starts a little confusing at some point.
Yeah.
But overall, it's entertaining. I mean, it was never my thing. I was never, I guess, in the street racing scene.
Oh.
I know we growing up, that was pretty popular in high school.
Ruthless Wolf was.
But
We'll tell old stories all night. We can tell stories.
But so, I mean, it didn't grab my attention to stuff I I needed to die, watch this series.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I watched it nevertheless. But if I had to say a favorite, yes, I don't know why, but Tokyo Drift definitely grabbed my attention.
Yeah.
I just liked the environment. It was a different story. It didn't have Paul Walker.
Okay, let's be honest, bro. You just like the Asian broads up in that movie, right?
And you're complaining why?
I'm just saying. I'm not. I'm just pointing out facts.
I think it was just cool. It was just a different take on the whole Fast and Furious series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say this about that film. It was weird because, that was part 3, kinda, because that was the third film to come out. But I don't think anybody knew where they were going with it. When that movie first came out, because it didn't follow the storyline of the other ones. You know what I mean? It wasn't actually a part 3.
It was it
wasn't until later we realized, it's a prequel kind of thing, and
a side story.
Yeah, this is going on while this is going on.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It was dying down at this point in the series, and I think they were just trying to revamp it, maybe make something different,
give it a new angle. Yeah,
Right. But then they realized, it's not getting that much popularity. Maybe we need to use this film somehow to fill in the blank.
I think that's when they turned it into a heist movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Naturally, of course, the first one was a heist movie, kind of.
Yeah.
But more so later in the other movies.
And that's the problem. That's the problem I have with the series, is that it became just that.
Yeah.
I was hoping it'd be something more beyond that.
So because I think in some I don't know which film it was technically, but it kind of steered away from the street racing type of scene to more espionage, smuggling,
right.
Things like that across the world. I mean, they still have a lot of those like chase scenes in cars and whatnot, and fancy driving, and car tricks and explosion and all that. But I mean, the original whole concept of the film was like street racing and the street racing scene and all that. But now we get like the military involved and Persian, emperors and all this.
Last one.
Like that just
last
couple, yeah. So, Ruthless Wolf, what did you like about this whole franchise, and what was your favorite Fast and the Furious movie?
Well, it has to be the first one because I just want to say that.
I'm just gonna keep eating my cookies.
Don't judge.
This gonna be Dumbut's just eating all my s'mores Chips Ahoy. All right, go ahead. You sure you don't want one?
I'll get one later.
There's only one left. Just tear it up, dude.
You're being fat.
Don't judge.
My audience knows me. They're all right with it.
Well, all these action movies are because of my dad.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't be into these action movies.
Yeah.
And Fast and Furious is one of the movies that I went with my dad to go see.
Yeah.
So it kind of, had something,
Special for you.
Special for me, yeah. So
Yeah.
the first one was my favorite.
Right.
And just to see that skyline, I was a big fan of the skyline. So.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, and it had an eclipse in there.
Oh, it did have an eclipse. Which you had an eclipse.
Which I had an eclipse.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you were always like obsessed with the skyline. I never personally understood it because that's not my type of cars. I'm on lowriders and motorcycles. But yeah, you know what? I don't know, because I really liked the first one too. But at the same time, Tokyo Drift was just so different, and plus I really love Asian broads. But then again, there's aspects of like the newer ones with The Rock that I really like. Like I really like. Was it 7? Was the last one come out? 6 or 7? Was
7.
Yeah.
The latest one.
The last one we had to say goodbye to Paul Walker, which I'll be straight up, I kind of cried like a little biatch. You know what I mean? But yeah, just I don't know. I know some of the, I think Fast 5 is probably like the weakest one to me. You know what I mean? I even like Too Fast, Too Furious, the one with was it Ludacris? You know what I mean?
From all of them, the number 2 was my least favorite one.
But here's the thing, though. At least it's still stated with the whole street racing thing. You know what I mean?
Eva Mendes, bro.
Yeah,
Mendes.
yeah.
I don't care, man.
Yeah.
Just something about that movie just pissed me off.
Oh my god, that's where she hooked up with Paul Walker, huh?
I think.
Yeah, that's where they started hooking up. But yeah, man. Like I don't know. There's different aspects about different movies in that franchise that I actually really do like. I love The Rock's role. I love like him and Vin Diesel's, like just them two. Just seems like two alpha males, just like constantly trying to go at it and whatnot.
Which is a shame though, because in the real world, I think they have beef with each
That's what I
other.
heard. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Which I kind of think is not fully true.
Well, I don't know.
I think
it
it
sounds like some high school bullshit. But
well, the thing is, I kind of think it's like what are those like for the media. You know what I mean? Because I think
attention to the series.
yeah, because they're working on, was it 8 or whatever it is now? You know what I mean? So I kind of think it's just like to give attention to that. You're like, oh, let's see what's going to happen with them in the movie now that they have beef in real life. Like, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
That's kind of how I see it. I mean, but who knows? You know, everybody's BSing with everybody in Hollywood, so who cares? Did you guys hear that Brad and Angelina split?
oh my god!
Oh my god! Yay! Oh my god! So. Yeah. So Fast and the Furious, pretty good. Yeah. Yay.
Thumbs up in the action category.
Yeah.
Almost up, but yeah.
It's to the side. It's to the side.
It's semi up there.
It's balanced like
Some
that.
people's expectations aren't up there.
All right. Cool.
But it's a fun movie.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's good to have especially. I to this day I still want to get like the whole box collection. But
Which I have.
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna wait till all 15 movies come out.
Oh,
you know what I mean? On Blu-ray, I'll get the deluxe diamond.
And just for you, when the series is done, it'll come in a Skyline box.
Right?
With the car?
With the
car.
Oh, awesome.
You have to buy the car to get that thing. It'll be inside the trunk of the car.